adventure. Animal alphabet. Elmo is ready to learn the animal alphabet from ape to zebra. Will you help Elmo and his friends name as many animals as you can, starting with the letter A all the way through to Z? A. Can you guess what animal begins with A? That's right, ape begins with A. There is also the aardvark, sometimes known as an ant bear. It has a sticky tongue it uses to eat ants. That's lots of things beginning with A. B. Bear begins with B. A bear's favorite meal is honey, and bees make honey. That's two things beginning with B. C. Cookie Monster begins with C. Cookie Monster is almost as tall as a camel. Cat, canary, and camel also begin with C. D. Barkley is a dog. Dog begins with D. Duck also begins with D. What do you do when a duck makes a splash? Duck. E. F. Ernie begins with E, but he's not an animal. Elephant begins with E. Ernie thinks his friend Snuffy's nose is as long as this elephant's trunk. Fox begins with F. Flamingo, frog, and ferret also start with F. G. Elmo knows some animals beginning with G. There are tall giraffes and tiny grasshoppers. And don't forget Dorothy, Elmo's pet goldfish. H. That's a big animal with Zoe. It has a very big name too, beginning with the letter H. It's a hippopotamus. I. J. Grover knows iguana starts with I. An iguana is a type of lizard. It has long spikes running down its back to its tail. The jaguar is a big spotted cat. Jaguar starts with J. Which of these is the iguana and which is the jaguar? K. For animals beginning with K, Elmo hops over to Australia where he finds a Kiki kangaroo and a kindly koala. L. Llama, ladybug, and lizard all begin with L. Which do you like a lot? M. Monkey begins with M. Look at Elmo playing with his monkey friends. Imagine you are a monkey swinging from tree branches. What food makes a monkey go, mmm? N. O. Big Bird has a lot of feathered friends. Nightingale begins with N. Did you know that nightingales sing during the day and at night? Owl begins with O, and so does ostrich. Both of those are birds too. Bert is playing with his pet pigeon, Bernice. Pigeon begins with P. Pig begins with P too. Q. R. Quail begins with Q. How lucky! Because there are not many other animals that start with Q. There are lots of things beginning with R, though. Grover is holding a rosy-nosed rabbit. Rat, reindeer, and rooster also start with R. S. Zoe loves dancing with her animal friends beginning with S. Swans sail elegantly across the water and bushy-tailed squirrels leap strongly from branch to branch. You need to be super strong to move like that. T. Toucan begins with T. Toucans have large beaks and live in Central America and South America. What birds live in trees near you? U. V. Elmo doesn't think there are any real animals that begin with U, but Unicorn does. The unicorn is a make-believe animal that looks like a horse with one horn on its head. There are not a lot of animals that start with V, but a vulture is one. Even though it looks silly, a vulture is a real bird. W. Worm begins with W. Oscar loves worms, especially his pet worm, Slimy. What else begins with W? Wallaby, walrus, and wolf. Can you name any others? X. Grover knows two animal names beginning with X. The xenopus is a type of frog, and there is a bird called a xenops. Extraordinary! Elmo never knew that before. Y. Z. You are almost through the alphabet. Can you find any animals beginning with Y and Z? Elmo knows that yak begins with Y, and zebra begins with Z. A zebra looks like a horse with black and white stripes. Thanks for sharing this animal adventure with Elmo and his friends. You made learning the alphabet fun. Learning adventure, Counting All Around by Laura Gates Galvin, illustrated by Warner McGee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Zoe knows numbers are special, but especially special when she counts 10 invitations to a great big birthday bash. She's got to mail them all today, so Zoe has to dash. Now Zoe's at the post office. What else can she count there? Outside there's one blue mailbox. Are there 2 steps anywhere? Rosita mails 3 letters to her familia far away. Baby Bear sees 4 mail slots. Which one will he use today? There are already 5 in line. Zoe gets on the end. Grover delivers 6 postcards. He's not a mailman, it's just pretend. Big Bird has 7 packages. That's quite a stack to mail. Elmo helps. He adds 1 box. All 8 go on the scale. Zoe already has 1 stamp. She needs 9 more today. 10 invitations for her friends. Bye-bye. They're on their way. Zoe's party is at the playground. There's lots of stuff to do. Zoe wants to play Big Bird Says, and you can play it too. Big Bird says, begin with 1 spin. Zoe twirls right around. Big Bird says, now do 2 jumps. Elmo bounces up and down. Big Bird says, pat your head 3 times. Baby Bear pats 1, 2, 3. Big Bird says, let's do 4 hops. Please hop along with me. Big Bird says, do 5 toe touches. Stretch and touch your toesies. Big Bird says, let's do 6 nose rubs. Reach up and rub your nosies. Now do 7 jumping jacks. Uh-oh, what did Big Bird forget to say? Big Bird says, do 8 shoulder taps. Now that's the way to play. Big Bird says, do 9 tummy rubs. Cookie loves this part the best. Big Bird says, now clap 10 times. Let's applaud our special guest. Zoe loves her party. She counted on friends to make it fun. Guess who made it 10 times nicer? You guessed it. You're the one. Happy birthday, Zoe. Grover's Bad Awful Day by Anna H. Dickson, illustrated by Tom Brannon. One morning Grover slept late. Oh my goodness, he said, jumping out of bed. I will be late to playgroup. As he ran to the bathroom, he stubbed his furry toe. Ouch, he said. That smarts. Grover squeezed toothpaste onto his toothbrush, but it fell off before it got to his mouth. Then he bumped the toothpaste cap off the edge of the sink and it bounced down the drain. Then he combed his fur and the comb caught in the tangles. The more he pulled, the more it hurt. Oh dear, said Grover. At breakfast, Grover poured milk on the table instead of on his Monster Berry Crunch. Take your time, dear, said his mommy. So he did, and he wasn't ready when Harry came to walk with him to playgroup. Mommy kissed him. Goodbye, my little Grover. Do not forget your lunch, she called as she rushed off to work. And wear your rubber boots. It is going to rain. Oh, no, Grover said to Harry. I do not want to wear my rubber boots. They go ga-lumph when I walk, and I do not want it to rain. Grover and Harry were late to playgroup. Show and tell had already started. They had to walk in front of everybody to find a place to sit. Oh, I am so embarrassed, thought Grover. During art, Grover made a picture of Barkley, but he drew his head too big.
He tried again, but this time he drew his legs too long. He drew Barkley again and colored him, but when he cut out the picture, he cut off Barkley's tail by mistake. Grover tore up the picture. It did not look like Barkley anyway, he said. During alphabet, Grover forgot what comes after Q. Grover, said Miss Tiggy, you are having a bad day. During music, he tried to honk his nose like the honkers, but it didn't make a noise. Try blowing it, Furface, heh, said Oscar. In the park at playtime, Grover saw the mighty monsters playing tackle football. Oh, may I please play too? He asked. Please, may I? You're too little, said Monty, the biggest monster, and the other monsters laughed. I did not want to play football anyway, Grover grumbled. At lunchtime, Grover reached into his cubby for his cute little lunchbox, but it was not there. Oh, no, cried Grover. I forgot my lunch. Don't worry, Grover, said Betty Lou. My mom always makes me an extra sandwich in case I'm extra hungry. You may have it. But I like peanut butter and jelly, he wailed. That's what I have, said Betty Lou. Terrific, said Grover. Thank you, Betty Lou. But when Grover took a bite, he made a face. Yuck, he whispered to Harry. Betty Lou's mommy puts strawberry jelly in her sandwiches. My mommy always gives me grape. Strawberry has seeds. Grover, said Harry, you are having a bad day. I am having a bad, awful day, said Grover. After playgroup, Grover and Harry stopped at the ice cream truck. Grover ordered a grape ice cream cone. He took such a big first bite that he knocked the ice cream right out of the cone, plop, onto the sidewalk. And then it started to rain. I knew it, cried Grover. I am having a bad, awful day. So galumph, galumph, Grover and Harry ran home in the rain. They ran until suddenly Grover stopped. Harry, he said, I cannot move. My rubber boot that my mommy made me wear because of the rain is stuck to the sidewalk. You must have stepped in some gum, Grover, said Harry. Every time Grover put down his boot, it stuck to the sidewalk again. And every time his boot stuck, Grover got madder. This is ridiculous, he yelled. Mommy! Grover left his boot stuck to the sidewalk and stomped home in one boot. I had a bad, awful day, Grover told his mommy as soon as he got home. I was late to playgroup, and the big monsters wouldn't let me play with them, and I forgot that R comes after Q. My nose wouldn't honk in music, and my ice cream fell on the sidewalk, and now it is raining. Where is your other boot, Grover? His mommy asked. Grover sat in his mommy's lap and told her everything. Then he began to cry. My bad, awful day made me feel bad and awful. She gave him a hug. Bad days happen to everyone, she said. When one happens to you, just keep doing your best, and never let a bad day make you feel bad about yourself. She rubbed his furry head dry with a towel. Come on, dear, let's go get your boot. Grover and his mommy walked back to get his boot. Mommy unstuck it and cleaned off the gum. She poured out the water and dried it inside so Grover could put it on again. Then Mommy took Grover to Hooper's store and ordered 2 grape ice cream sodas. Grover's friends were there. Hey, Grover, Monty Monster called to him. Tomorrow we're going to play tickle football instead of tackle football. It's not dangerous. You want to play? Oh, sure, Monty. I will be there, said Grover. I think tomorrow will be a better day. I Love You Just Like This by Lily and Jane, illustrated by Ernie Quia. Elmo and his mommy were talking late one night, snuggled up together, cozy, warm, and tight. I love you, Mommy, Elmo whispered in her ear. Elmo's mommy smiled. I love you too, my dear. I've loved you all your life, every single day. I love you oh so much. I'll tell you all the ways. I love you brighter than one sun up in the sky. I love you softer than 2 clouds floating by. I love you sweeter than 3 crunchy, yummy treats. I love you bigger than 4 giant, hairy feet. I love you spookier than 5 big, flying bats. I love you taller than 6 tall, towering hats. I love you more than the number 7, 8, or 9. I love you more than 1 through 10 combined. I love you from your head all the way down to your toes. I love your silly laugh, your smile, and your nose. I love you redder than the nicest, reddest rose. I love you bluer than Cookie Monster's toes. I'd love you if you were big or very, very small. I'd love you if you were short or really, really tall. I love you when you're messy. I love you when you're neat. I love you when you're grouchy, and even more when you are sweet. I love you when you're fast, or even when you're slow. I love you more than you will ever really know. I love you higher than a hero in the sky. I love you deeper than the river rushing by. I always love you on a bright and sunny day. I also love you when the rain won't go away. I love to be with you through seasons one and all. I love you all the flowers of spring and all the leaves of fall. I love you when you're near. I love you when you're far. I love you all the time, no matter where you are. I love you often, always, and time again. I love you from the beginning to the very end. Now I'll give you a hug and you give me a kiss. And don't ever forget, I love you just like this.
Would you like to play hide and seek in this book with lovable furry old Grover? Written by John Stone, illustrated by Mike Smolin.
Oh, I just love hide and seek. It is truly one of the world's great games. Please, would you play with me? You would? Oh, joy! Now, you be it, and I, Grover, will go and hide. Okay? Count to 10 before you turn the page. Did you count to 10? This is a good page to start on. Nice and clean with nothing on it. Let's see here. Can I hide so you cannot find me? Up here at the top of the page? No, you would see me here, wouldn't you? Down here at the bottom of the page? No, you would see me here too, even if I hold in my tummy. Maybe I can squeeze into the crack in the middle. Ouch! Oh, no! Do you know something? There are not many places for a monster to hide in a book like this. I know! I will take my finger paints and color the whole next page blue so that when I stand in front of it, you cannot see me. Okay, I am all hidden. You will never find me here. Am I to take it from the fact that you are looking right at me, that you have found me? Wait, that did not count. I have another idea. Count to 10 before you turn the page. I, lovable, smart, old Grover will say many words, and then there will be lots of these funny white balloons with words in them, and I can hide behind them. Belly button, marshmallows, push. Hey, Foggy baby. Ladybugs, litterbugs, little rugs, and katybugs. Popcorn, please pass the peanut butter. Toothbrush, what's the name of that song? Cart, Mr. Green Jeans, tonsils. Now I am completely covered with little white word balloons. You will never see me. Not ever. Never. You found me again. All right. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Now I am really going to hide. No peeking. Maybe if I pasted and taped the pages like this. No? Phooey. Or I could scrunch the pages all around me. How about that? No good? I give up. You know, if you were my good friend, I would try to hide, and even if you saw me, you could pretend that you did not see me. If you were my good friend, you could. I will hide one more time. Do you see Grover? Please say no. Please, please. Oh, please say no before you turn the page. You said no. You did not see me? Oh, thank you, thank you. Do you know what? You are my best friend.